Hello, it's Andrea with Go Diaper Free Podcast. Today I'm going to record myself recording episode 150 of my podcast, The Whole 9 Yards, EC for Working Moms and Families. So if this is you, enjoy the show. Oh, please subscribe as well and hit the bell and I'll let you know when my next show is up. Welcome to the Go Diaper Free Podcast, where we're all about helping you stop depending on diapers as early as birth. I'm your host, Andrea Olson, author and mom of 5 babies, all EC'd from birth and all out of diapers by walking. So this is episode 150, The Whole 9 Yards, EC for Working Moms and Families. And it's mums because this is a guest post from Caroline Helbing of Germany. She's one of our certified EC coaches out there. You can read the written version of today's show over at godiaperfree.com/150, where we're also going to link to everything mentioned in today's show. And we will be replying to comments over there. So come on by when you're finished if you have any questions or comments for us. The Whole 9 Yards, EC for Working Moms and Families. As a GDF coach, I am used to talking about elimination communication, or EC, to people who are acquainted with it, or at least they've heard of EC before. I am 100% convinced of the importance of EC, obviously, but I'm not a missionary. I would not chat parents up in the playground about how diaper dependence is really not necessary. It usually happens the other way around. I am getting the first question. Still, there are those occasions when a conversation very unexpectedly turns to my coaching practice or my very personal parenting experience with EC with someone who is completely new to it. I love those moments because they reflect the honest and unfiltered picture of EC out in the world. And by far, the most common reaction I get is something like, "Oh, you did that? I thought it's only for parents who have only one child, or a big family to support them, or an awful lot of time, or something else." Similarly, they'll say, "Yes, but isn't that the mother that has to stay at home all the time with the children?" Oh my goodness. So setting aside many correct or incorrect cliche ideas people might have about an eco-friendly way of parenting and doing EC, these questions point to a very practical worry, or should I say myth, about how EC is done. And at the same time, these questions explain why they don't even consider it an option for their family life. Beyond my own job, many in our wider circle of family and friends face the challenges of raising children and working at the same time. How many of you guys listening have that challenge? And by working, I mean mainstream working as an employee with little flexibility of working hours or home office, and a very limited amount of holidays, which is dramatically reduced by the days you and your partner need for when childcare is closed, or those flu weeks you cannot really cover by calling in sick again. I'm talking about the busy daily schedule starting very early, with little buffer for unexpected things, with daycare, grandparents, or other family members looking after the child several hours per day. I'm talking about the sum of job, plus household, plus kids, plus sudden unforeseen adventures popping up just a little bit too often that all in all seem to leave too little time or energy for more. Does this sound familiar? Have you caught yourself asking the same questions that you cannot possibly match EC with your current lifestyle? Then please listen on. There might be a surprisingly easy and motivating answer. Part-time EC? Let it rip. And yes, you can. The answer is yes. Yes, of course, you can do EC as a working parent, and it can be just as good and intense and right as for other parents who are lucky to spend all day with their babies. This is not the time and place to lament about how hard life is as a working parent, nor about how good it would be for children in general if their moms are staying at home. To be honest, I don't like that discussion at all, as in most cases it focuses more on justifying the worldview of the people engaging in it than on the actual well-being of families. You are a working mom or dad. You have good reasons for it, otherwise you would not be working. Many more parents with small children are working too for similar, equally justified reasons. This must be respected. And that's all that needs to be said about that. So to answer properly, can you successfully EC as a working parent? Yes, of course you can. I would even go so far as to say that especially in the case of working parents, EC is recommended. And I recommend it for the same beneficial reasons that also I recommend co-sleeping and nursing as a very natural and intense way for parents and children to be close to each other, to physically and emotionally recharge, to refill your batteries, both of you, after the time you spent apart. Part-time EC is the way for you to go. You will find many resources covering part-time EC on the website godiaperfree.com and in Andrea's book. The key is to be firm about practicing every day and communicating to your child so he or she will know. Be sure to restrict naked time and get your network, family, and friends involved if you wish. Will part-time EC children learn easily or less easily? Graduate sooner or later? Will it be more or less fun? These questions I cannot answer, and I don't think anyone else can either. You and your child will make it happen. And with positive motivation and a loving attitude, I am sure you will experience it in the best way possible. Be determined, but don't push, and take your time. Every step, every baby step is a step forward. A strong will and lots of repetition is all you need. It's not about P, it's about parenting. If you visit Andrea's blog on a regular basis, you've probably read about the case of a disappointed mother distancing herself from attachment parenting. It reminded me, and that's linked over in the show notes, guys, at godiaperfree.com/50 or 150. It reminded me of discussions that often can be found in Waldorf-interested circles about how to deal with plastic and other uninspiring toys the child gets exposed to and quickly grows, very much to the parent's dismay, attached to. What to do now, how to reconcile personal convictions and parenting rules with the respect and empathy for the child. As in most cases, there is no ready-made answer. It is subject to the sound and very individual judgment of the parents. And just as Emily, the woman mentioned in the blog post, experienced, rather than getting good guidance from the experts, parents end up insecure about their own capabilities, simply forgetting about the importance of their own judgment, or even feeling guilty for having ideas and feelings that don't seem to match their noble motives. This is very sad and not helpful at all for the new family. I guess trouble and confusion mostly come from following others' advice or following a certain school of thought to the letter. Maybe it is the big term attachment parenting that is putting on the pressure. If so, then I would rather not use it. Eventually, the process of thoughtful parenting does not much depend on the labeling. It is about the careful and respectful attitude towards children. In my training, I've found balanced meditation extremely helpful and strengthening, so the mindfulness concept seems a perfect anchor for me to get centered when I need it, and also in parenting. And this is why EC is so precious. It carves out the core values that matters most. From this perspective, EC is applied thoughtfully to parenting on a small scale. It shows the child that you care unconditionally for all the smaller big things happening every day, especially that you are sensitive even to his or her most basic needs. It shows she can trust in her own perceptions and communication skills and in yours too. It shows that patience matters and that parents and children treat each other with patience. It shows that he can and should carefully listen in order to make himself heard. And it also shows that independence enables her to do so much more. By practicing EC, you're also making a good approach into a habit. That is to focus on what matters, not be hard on yourself, and generously accept misses and mistakes as what they are, a chance to grow and learn. And by this, you show your child great patterns. How to be calm, how to be persistent, how to relax after being stressed or sad. Simply, how to live your daily life driven by your internal fire and focus, and not be pushed and steered by those million more or less fortunate things that could happen to you, and actually are happening to all of us, and ruin the day. Rather, they're unfortunate things, aren't they? In a nutshell, EC helps you to raise a competent and self-sufficient child and become a very stable parent. Start today. So if you're a working parent, and also if you're not, I hope you will give EC a try. The earlier, the better. First of all, assemble the team and the tools. Get help, prepare free time, a detailed plan, and external resources for you to start with EC. The book, the media support, there's videos and audio and everything, and the community are invaluable equipment to provide you with knowledge and techniques. So that's at godiaperfree.com/the book. Find a coach, online support, and a local group to safely steer through the depths everyone is naturally facing on an EC journey, and you can find that on the website. Plan B in case of tough times. If you or your partner feel that it is time to take a break or that you want to stop for good, set yourself a date when you will discuss it again. Just keep in mind that your future self might be thankful for the EC experience during those very first few months and years, because there is one thing that working parents feel with every fiber of their body. Time is running fast. A whole day, a whole week is slipping through your fingers just like that. Time is precious. This is your time with your child. Make the most of these shared moments. And as much as children need consistency, what they need even more is a parent that will model everything for them and that is a model for them. Seeing their parents try hard over and over again for the right cause is an invaluable lesson for growing humans. And avoid exhaustion under all circumstances. Nothing good will ever come from it. Get a night of sleep and then think again about whether this unexpected result is really a failure. For example, the masked progress of a potty pause. And there's a link to an article about those. Often enough, a 5-minute break with a cup of tea can brighten things up and make you feel ready to try again. So are you a working mom? Or are you considering taking up a profession again? Have you already made a plan of how to integrate EC into your family schedule? Please feel free to share your moments of success or struggle in the comments over at the show notes at godiaperfree.com/150. We have all been there. Supporting each other will only make us stronger and pave the path for those that want to follow. So we hope to see you over there in those comments. Take good care of yourself and of your families and your babies, and I'd love to hear from you, Caroline. A big, huge thank you to Caroline for this wonderful guest post. Please comment over at the written version at godiaperfree.com/150. We can't wait to hear from you and have a great conversation, a lively conversation about how it is to be a working mom or dad and still doing EC. We'll see you over there. Till next time, happy pottying, y'all. I'm Andrea Olson, and you've been listening to the Go Diaper Free podcast at godiaperfree.com. We'll see you next time. And there you have it, and I've almost lost my voice. Please subscribe and hit the bell, and I will let you know when the next video is up. Please comment below and let us know the same exact questions. What are your answers, comments, questions? We look forward to it. See you next time.